Hello, everyone. Hey, I am early, and so if you're watching the video recording of this, you should fast forward at least 3 minutes because I am in here really early, but I've made some changes on the computer setup, and I wanted to just make sure everything is working smoothly. So we'll begin in 3 minutes, so fast forward if you are watching the replay. If you're here live, we're going to start in 3 minutes. First thing is that I am posting us on Twitter, Denver Guitar Orchestra.com, and if you go to our website, denverguitarorchestra.com, then you will get the sheet music and the whole program and all sorts of stuff on that website. So go check it out. Second, if you're new and you're not sure why the heck you're watching this, we do fingerstyle guitar. So beginning fingerstyle guitar up to a point where you're not beginning anymore, right? So that where you're a pretty good player. Everything's free, and the only thing that's hard to get out in your hands on is the orchestra stuff. The orchestra meets on Tuesday night. We don't really talk orchestra in this group. These are really for solo playing. Obviously, playing in the orchestra or with others is such a vital part of your musicianship that you should do it. And so, yeah. So let's get this posted here. Link to join. And I ate a cookie just before starting this, and it is sitting right in my neck. So hopefully I don't die. Sorry. Goodness, that's terrible. All right, that's not good video. I've knocked my thingamabop off. All right, let me fix my thingamabop. Yeah. I'm playing this small size guitar, and the thingamabop doesn't fit particularly well. I like playing the smaller guitar on here because it fits in the screen better. Vic is in already. Hey Vic, how are you? Vic, I am owing you an email, something terrible. I can't believe I haven't gotten it done. I'm glad you're here. When you're here early. We'll start in 1 minute, guys, and so we might have a couple others join us. We started book 1 again last week, and so I want to cover some sort of basic guitar stuff, and then we're going to play Brother John and talk Frère Jacques a little bit, and you'll say those are the same song, and yes, they are. Different keys, though. And then on book 2, Clementine tonight, one of the fun songs that we have. And then Deo, which is a surprisingly difficult tune for book 2. And then book 3, we're going to play Parting Glass again tonight because we love it. And then we're going to play Santa Lucia and Scarborough Fair, or we'll study Scarborough Fair. And then for the classical track, we've got... we just have some general etudes to get through tonight, so we'll see how many of those we get. I have to be done exactly at 7 o'clock tonight, so we will try to cram every single thing possible in that time frame. So let's go to Brother John out of book 1 and see how we're doing. Date is September 21st. Oh, is today the 21st? What did I put on there? Oh, I put the 20th. All right, let me go fix that. Thank you, Vic. I think I looked up above under yesterday's date. That's what I did. Update. Okay. That changes everything. All right, now we're good. All right, thanks, Vic. Vic is my full-time assistant. She didn't sign up for the job. I just nominated her. And then, let's see. I think that one is all up to date. Update. And I didn't change anything on that one. Click. Okay, so now we're ready to go. Linda made it in, 75 degrees and nice there. Hey, we're having a Eugene weather up here, Vic. You send it this way. I have, I can't even hardly see out at all. There's all this rain and stuff. And it was only like 60 some degrees today. And so I think our first day of fall is officially arrived. It's supposed to get a little chilly tonight. Suppose I had to turn off the air conditioning to the whole building, but we'll get to that next. It's always a bit of an adventure. All right, brother. Well, first, new playing, and obviously the young ladies who have already logged in are advanced players, and they're here for the good stuff. But if you're watching the replay of this, which many of you do, let's talk about book one stuff. Number one, you bought Snark Tuner. Number two, and get the super tight super tight one, chromatic. I think it's like $16, $16 on Amazon, something like that. And it'll work for you for the rest of your life, or almost. No, not maybe. I don't know. It depends on how long you live. Then we tune. The phrase that pays is. Patiently waits for you to say it. Eddie ate dynamite. Goodbye, Eddie. E for Eddie. Check that this is an E. Ate. Check that that's an A. Dynamite. Good. Little high. By B. Eddie. Okay. Once you think the machine is correct, then you double check it with your relative tuning. So that's on the 5th fret. You hold the 6th string down at the 5th fret, and it should sound the same as the one below it. Pretty close. Okay. 5th string down at the 5th fret should sound the same as the one below it. Those are right on. 4th string down should sound the same as the one below it. This is still a little bit on the high side. There it is. Okay. The 3rd string, you go to the 4th fret, and then it sounds the same as below you. Those, and then the 2nd string on the 5th fret, you go back up to the 5th fret. And those two are a little off. I don't know what's going on. They're close enough though. All right, so then you get this. Eddie ate dynamite. Goodbye, Eddie. Next thing I talked to you about was proper posture of the guitar. The guitar really needs to be at a pretty steep angle, and this needs to be surprisingly close to your nose because one, you're going to want to be able to see what you're doing. And generally when I play, I want this guitar leaning where I don't have to do anything with it. If you don't have a little fancy contraption like I have, you put a set of books or something underneath your left foot, and that holds it up, and then this bout drops down into your knees. I like this little gadget because it raises the guitar up a little bit for me, and then I can keep my feet flat on the floor, and it's just a lot more comfortable to practice for longer periods of time. Last thing we talked about that's super important, your thumb is going to go on the back of the neck and a fat part of the neck, or a little bit below the center line, maybe just a little bit, and it's going to hang out, but wherever your middle finger is, your thumb's going to hang out behind that. So that's the posture stuff we talked about. Guitar is super hard to hold, and it's super hard to get your posture right. So any weird things you do with your hand is going to get in the way. Anything that's got tension in it is probably going to get in the way of you being enjoying playing guitar. So let's get those few basic things right, and then everything else starts to fall into place rather handily. Okay. Brother John, there's basically 2 jobs that I wanted you to work on this week. 1 is playing the melody, and 2 is playing the chorus. So first, let's go ahead and play the melody, and that's going to be your guitar melody line. And remember, your frets are 0240, 0240, 457, 457, 79754, 79754, first string, second string, first string, first string, second string, first string. That's the whole. I teach that so many times it's just automatically memorized. You should memorize it too, because sooner or later somebody's going to come to you and say, hey, teach me how to play guitar. And this is where you start, people. Next, remember, this is your first string. That's the string on the top of the tablature. It's the only string you're going to use and for this song until the very end. And so we're going to play through this song twice, okay, top to bottom. And then we'll be talking about that repeat in measure 8. It's kind of important. So remember, if it says 0, play it open. If it says 2, play with your middle finger. If it says 4, play with your pinky. And then open, and so on. Let's give it a try. With this hand, just use your thumb. 1, 2, ready, play. 0, 2, 4, 0, 2, 4, slide up. 4, 5, 7, 4, 5, 7, 7, 9, 7, 7, 9, 7, 5, 4, 0, 5, 4, 0, 7, 9, 7, 5, 4, 0. First string, second string, first string, first string, second string, first string. Slow it down and go to the top. 0, 2, 4, 0, 2, 4, 4, 5, 7. Goes too high. 4, 5, 7. Now go twice as fast as we did before. 7, 9, 7, 5, 4, 7, 9, 7, 5, 4, first string, second string, first string, script measure 9, first string, second string, first string, and then just let it ring until the guitar stops doing whatever it's going to do, and now you're done. Big takeaway here is the tablature tells you what string to play it on and which fret to hold down, and that's huge because now you can play anything. Any song worth playing is out there somewhere in internet land in tablature. There are lots and lots of songs that are that might be worth playing that aren't in tablature, but all of the major ones, everything in classical and in pop music and all that, anything that's really, really worth playing has been tabbed. So you can play all of that stuff now. There are a few skills you got to learn along the way, but for the most part, you're ready to roll. Okay. Now, takeaways from this one: what string and what fret. The other takeaway is when you get down to measure 8 and you see that repeat above measure 8 is a bracket and it says 1. And that means you play it the first time. And then that means the second time you come through, you do not play it. You go to measure 9, which has a bracket above it that says 2, and then you play that. Now, for the most part, measure 8 and measure 9 are almost identical, except that at measure 9, we definitely want to hold that last 0 a long time. Do pay attention that the 0 tied to the 0 at the end of measure 9 tied to the 0 in measure 10, that's one note. It's just one long note. Okay. Some other stuff on this paper I don't want you to worry about yet. And then the last thing on this paper is the chord. So let's make sure your E chord's going well. 3 strings up, index finger goes right there. 5 strings up, middle finger goes right here. And 4 strings up, the ring finger goes right here. Okay. We're going to do it 2 different ways. First time through, strum with your thumb. Second time through, you're going to pick any strings you want and you're going to collapse your knuckles. Okay, let's give it a try. 1, 2, with your thumb. Frère, Jacques, Frère, Jacques, dormez-vous, dormez-vous. Sonele Martinez, Sonele Martinez, ding, ding, dong, ding, ding, dong. Switch to your strumming, or sorry, now I've messed up the beat. Grab your claw. Pick any three strings with these fingers, and then probably your thumb goes on the top string for now. Okay, and then just collapse. Here we go. 1, 2, ready, play. Are you sleeping? Are you sleeping, Brother John? Brother John. Can't sing this high. Morning bells are ringing. Morning bells are ringing. Ding, ding, dong. Ding, ding, dong. Now notice, as I'm going through each measure, I'm just doing 4 plucks or 4 strums on every single measure except the very last measure. Because when you're doing chords, remember, you are the percussionist as well. And so you want to be nice. It doesn't matter how fancy you make your right hand, as long as you are on the correct beat. You can do all sorts of stuff. So Linda and Vic here they're probably already doing some sort of fancy pattern in their right hand. Are you sleeping? Are you sleeping? You know, there's all kinds of fun stuff you can do. Do the arpeggio backwards. Are you sleeping? Are you sleeping, Brother John? Brother John. Like all sorts of fun stuff. We could do Travis. Well, I don't know if it has to be Travis picking, but let's do like a little boom chuck. Thumb, pluck, pluck, pluck. 1, 2, ready, go. Are you sleeping? Are you sleeping, Brother John? Brother John. Morning bells are ringing. Right, so that's another choice. Don't neglect your right hand. There's all sorts of fun things to do. Mostly, when I see students who are struggling a little bit, they're way over thumbing everything. And so make sure you're working on your claw and then being creative and silly and funny and trying to come up with every song. You know, even if you don't like to sing, you want to sing a little bit and then put some weird, funny chords underneath it. All right, now that's everything off of page 1. That's not nothing. If you understand everything that's here, you're in for a very pleasant life in guitar. If everything on here makes sense to you, you're in great shape. Let's move on to book Frère, Jacques. That's the next song for tonight. In book 1, let's learn first, since we're on chords, let's learn a new chord. This index finger is going to go up here on the 4th string in the 2nd fret. Your middle finger is going to go on the 3rd string in the 2nd fret, and your ring finger is going to go on the 2nd string in the 2nd fret. And you get an A chord. If you hit the 6th string, it's okay, but it's not as great as not hitting it. So try to hit just strings 5, 4, 3, and 2, and 1. And then you get a nice A chord. Okay, let's do the thumb down one. Same thing, just in a lower key. I'm more able to sing in this key. 1, 2, ready, go. Frère Jacques, Frère Jacques. Am I singing in the right key? Frère, Frère, there it is. Frère Jacques, Frère Jacques. Dormez-vous, dormez-vous. Sonnez-les Martinez, sonnez-les Martinez. Ding, ding, dong. Ding, ding, dong. I never was able to find my singing spot, right? My voice just wasn't cooperating. That's why you learn to teach the guitar to do the singing. Big takeaway here, work on your A chord this week. We're going to do 2 songs with the A chord. So I want you to get pretty comfy with it and trying to get a nice clean tone, right? And then beautiful, it's a good chord on the guitar. Then let's take a look at the melody. Now, if you'll just hold your A chord, just hold it, okay? Most everything you're going to need to press down, you're already pressing down, okay? So I'm I'm holding my A chord. When I'm looking at the guitar melody line, the first note is a 2 on this third string. So string 1, 2, 3. I'm going to use my thumb. I'm going to pluck the third string while holding my A chord. Now the next note is a 0 on the second string. Right now I'm holding down a 2, so I'm going to lift up my ring finger and I'm going to play that 0. And then I'm going to put it right back down because now I do need a 2 on that string. And the middle finger is already holding the 2 down on the second string. So I'll play that. Now I'm going to do that exact same thing again. 2, 0, 2, 2. Now I'm going to go on to a 2 and a 3 on the second string. I'm already holding down the 2, 2. Now you have a choice. You can slide your ring finger up to hit the 3 and then hit the 0 afterwards on the first string. And then I'm going to jump back and put my ring finger there. 2. You can also put your pinky up on the 3. And then open. One of those will feel more comfortable for you right now. You should learn to do it both ways. Okay? Then at measure 5, you have a 0 on the first string, so you're already holding that open anyway, so pluck that. Now you have a 2. You kind of have a choice. You can put your pinky here and play the 2. I usually just drop my ring finger to get that 2 and then take it off. And then I've got the 3 here. I'm going to use my ring finger. I'm going to bring it back to the 2. And then I'm going to play the 2 on the third string. Do it again in measure 6. And then I have a 2 on the third string, already holding it down. And then a 2 on the fourth string, I'm already holding down. And then the third string. Again. In book 1, that's the only 2 things I care that you work on. Get your A chord together and get your melody playing together. Here's what you can also, if those of you that are like, feeling a little spicy, you also have the tough acts, okay? And in tough act, you don't need to do it in book 1 at all, but I want you to know what it is. That's not true. You're going to do it in Row, Row, Row Your Boat for sure. It says 0, 2, 2 is the first thing. All I'm going to do is strum. And then I'm going to hit that 0 just like I did in the melody. And then I'm going to put it right back down just like I did in the melody. And I'm going to hit 0, 2, 2, 2. And then a 2. This up at all. I'm letting the guitar bring out. If I decide, yeah, it's time to stop it, I'm going to take the heel of my palm and just start it down here underneath the bridge and then slide it up over the saddle, and then you will turn the guitar off. You'll see that a lot with professional guitars. You just see them reach down with their hand and turn the guitar off because it keeps ringing for a while and you're like, all right, the song's over. I gotta get this to shut up. So this week for book 1, if you struggled at all with playing the first version, Brother John, definitely work on that a little bit more. And then for sure spend some time on Frère Jacques in first position. I think it is going to get you started and get you lined up and ready to play Row, Row, Row Your Boat in a couple weeks by getting you to start thinking about holding your chord in place and then essentially playing the melody notes around where the chord is. And by holding the chord, you cut down on your work quite a lot. It's actually a super cool system. So there we are, book 1. Okay. Book 2. Let's go grab Clementine. I think we'll play every single verse on it, don't you think? Clementine? How many verses are there? 10? 8. That's too many. All right. I mentioned last week that in measure 4, the second note, the decorative 2 there, I've got it crossed out and I've got a 0 on the 6th string. So I think it sounds better. I know why I put the 2 there. It sounds fine. You'll be fine if you hit it. But I do think it sounds cooler if you hit the 0 on the 6th string and exactly the same note in measure 12. Okay, it just gives it a bigger voicing there. All right. I want to play Clementine with chords first. We'll sing a couple of verses. Let's do it a couple times through, just so you can get the feeling of the song. Grab your A chord, and then your other chord is E7. And remember, to get from A to E7, you just chase your index finger. Get that headed down to where it's supposed to be, and then your middle finger will pop up. Okay, and then to get back, your middle finger is going to probably take the lead in dropping down and getting this, and then your index and ring wrap around it. Okay, usually pretty helpful to do a little bit of strategizing before you start the song about how am I going to get my fingers to move on chords. Chords are hard. From the top, 1, 2. In a cavern, in a canyon, excavating for a mine, dwelt a miner, 49er, and his daughter Clementine. Oh my darling, oh my darling, oh my darling Clementine, you are gone and lost forever, dreadful sorry Clementine. Second verse. Like she was, and like a fairy, and her shoes were numbered 9, herring boxes without tops, sandals were for Clementine. Oh my darling, oh my darling, oh my darling Clementine, you are lost and gone forever, sorry Clementine. And then arpeggio. Drove she duckly, drove she duckly. Let's do 1, 2, 3. Drove she duckly to the water every morning just at 9. Got her foot upon the splinter and she fell into the foaming brine. Darling, oh my darling, oh my darling Clementine, you are lost and gone forever, dreadful sorry Clementine. So I was trying different arpeggio systems, trying to find the one that worked, and all of a sudden I thought thumb, pluck, pluck, thumb, pluck, pluck, and then all of a sudden now you got the waltz pattern to it. Boom, jump, jump, boom, jump, jump, and that's actually worked pretty well. So maybe think about doing it that way. All right, that's enough singing for me. Goodness sakes, way too much. Let's play the melody. Okay, notice that I'm peeking through always before I start a melody. I peek through where am I going to get punched in the face? I have 2s, 3s, 1s, 2s, and 3s in here, so the whole thing is going to be right down in here. I'm not even going to need my pinky on this song. Okay, I'm going to get my middle finger up on the 3rd string and let's play. 1, 2. Gary. Wonderful, right? So there's your melody. I put a fancy ending on it. Let's now take a look at the tough uke line. Hopefully this went pretty well for you. Nice part about this song is there's not a ton of mean stuff in it. The only thing that's kind of mean, you're going to have to do this E7 and get your pinky up here onto that D note that's sitting there. Also notice you've got dotted eighth notes up against 16th notes. In a cavern, in a canyon, excavating for a mine, dwelt a miner 49er. So those 16th notes are really fast, and you want to try to get that in there. It makes you sound more professional. Let's see how we did. Linda says, I saw that he left it as the 20th. Didn't faze me a bit. Well, it phases me. I got to get the website right, and I've been doing a bad job of everything. We'll talk about the future going forward here, but I think I'm finally through the woods. I hope. All right, tough axe. Let's give it a try. 1, 2. Oh, that's too fast. 1, 2. Right at the end there, you got that bar chord with your pinky up here on 5. It's quite a stretch. If you can't do it, a regular A would be good enough. Okay, or if you want to be fancy, do a regular A and then just jump up and grab that 5 and wiggle it just a little bit to get that vibrato sound. Beautiful, lovely little tune, right? If you haven't taken time to read the lyrics, go do it. At the end, how I missed her, how I missed her, how I missed my Clementine, till I kissed her little sister, then forgot my Clementine, right? Pretty nice guy. There we go. All right, let's take a look at your job for the week. Deo is going to actually, you have to practice. It's really hard. So let's talk about the whole list of crazy you're getting into. If you are in your 70s, you may remember what's his name, Harry Belafonte, and this is not his version. Okay, this is a little different version. This is a little bit more faithful to the original, and to say it's original, this is very definitely a traditional song. There's nobody sat down and wrote out the sheet music, but I dug around quite a long time trying to find something that was pretty playable on the guitar, and this is what I came up with. It's not totally different than Harry Belafonte, but enough so that you want to rely on the paperwork more than Harry to get this done. Here are your 2 chords. You need a D chord, and you need your A chord, and that's it. Okay, those are 2 book 1 chords. Let's run through the melody real quick so you can get a sense of how that goes. 1, 2, ready, play. 3, 2, 3, 2, 0, 2, 4. Now you're gonna need your pinky there. 3, where am I? 3, second string. 3, 3, 2, 2, 3, 0, 3, 0, 2, 5. 3, 2, 3, 2, 0, 2, 4. 3, 3, 2, 2, 3, 0, 3, 0, 3. Your next finger, 2, 5, 2, 2, 5, 3, 3, 3, 0, 2, 2, 3, 3, 2, 2, 3, 0, 3, 0, 2, 5, 2, 5, 2, I'm sorry, 2, 5, 5, 2, 2, 5, 3, 3, 3, 0, 2, 2, 3, 3, 3, 2, 2, 3, 0, 3, 0, 3. This is the hardest part. 2, 5, 2, 2, 5, 2, 5, 10, 10, 10. There it is. Jump back. 3, 3, 2, 2, 3, 0, 3, 0, 2, 5, 2, 5, 2, 2, 5, 2, 5, 10. 3, 3, 2, 2, 3, 0, 3, 0, 3. And then you're going to repeat it. When you get to measure 18 and you see 2, 5, right, you're going to get that high 10. Give it a little vibrato. Just wiggle it. They always sound much more professional when you do it that way. If you can, when you hit that 5, okay, immediately slide it up. That way you get a little bit of a zoop. Kind of fun. Don't do it too much. You'll cut your finger open, but do it a little bit. And then that's it. That's the stuff to work on melodically. This is one of the harder songs in book 2, but it's the easier chord set. So let's take a look at your chords. Let's run through and practice those real quick. 1, 2, 3, 4. Day-o, day-o, daylight come and me wanna go home. Day-o, day-o, daylight come and me wanna go home. Hey, Mr. Tallyman, tally me banana. Daylight come and me wanna go home. Hey, Mr. Tallyman, tally me banana. Daylight come and me wanna go home. 6 foot, 7 foot, 8 foot punch. Daylight come and me wanna go home. 6 foot, 7 foot, 8 foot punch. Daylight come and me wanna go home. Repeat. Okay, so that's quite a bit different than Harry Belafonte. The melody doesn't feel that different when you play through it, but it is enough different that when you get to if you've got Harry in your head, you're going to mess it up. Okay, and I mess this up plenty. And then, of course, the tough uke. Okay, so grab it. We'll play through it just one time. You got all week to work on this one. Not too fast, and get it close, right? 1, 2, ready, play. do that one more time. Page 2. Down to 10, 2 fingers on the 10, middle finger on the 11. Okay, kind of fun. Back to your D chord. This is exactly from Row, Row, Row Your Boat. Keep going. Oh, yep. To the second ending, whenever after the second time through, you either hit it the low D chord or jump up here 10 10 10 11 and hit your final D chord. That's kind of fun. All right, there's book 2. Deo's pretty hard. Getting that one right is takes a little bit of doing. Obviously, I didn't do it tonight, but at least you got an idea how it goes. All right, now let's take a look at Book 3, Parting Glass. All right, guys. I'm hoping that this goes better for me than it did last week. All right. If it's going well for me, we'll play it twice through. If it's going poorly for me, we will play it 3 times through. Okay? Here we go. From the top, Parting Glass, any way you want to play it. 1, 2, 3. Thing. There it is. Where am I at? Here I am. What am I doing? Oh, that's a 9. That's why. I gotta fix my dots on the side here. Measure 7. 1, 2, ready, play. That easier on myself. You just gotta go with a B minor up on a 5. Alright, there's that. I'm trying to jip it. Probably should just put the B minor on. From 7. 1, 2, ready, play. To the top. Gary. Keep going. Close enough. You got the idea. All right. We'll move on. Let's go grab Santa Lucia. You have these moments and you're playing well and you're like, okay, I think I got it. And then you get to something, the next hard thing, and you're like, I don't have it. All right, Santa Lucia, much easier song. Let's play whatever line you want to play. Okay? From the top. And this one is one time through, first shot, best shot. Let's hope it goes well. G chords, D7s, A minors. Beautiful song here. 1, 2, 3. What did I do there? Measure 14. 1, 2, 3. Measure 15. Go. That's a beautiful piece of music. I love that piece. All right. Don't linger on it too long. Hopefully you played it beautifully. All right. We're going into Scarborough Fair. Let's go grab that one and see how that goes. Scarborough Fair. Where are you? Too many S's. Oh, Gary. Isn't that a pretty song? I love that song. All right, so Scarborough Fair, obviously pretty famous song, and both you guys have done this with me before, I'm positive. So what we want to do is just hit the highlights here. E minor, really nice and low, right? So up to this 4, back to your E minor, G chord, back to your E minor. 3. So sort of an A chord, real A chord, E minor. Degradation here. A little bit of a G chord there. E minor. D chord, you would repeat obviously, and then the last, when you come in through at the end. So it's the lowest pitched piece of music in book 3, kind of on purpose, right? We want it to be big and bold and beautiful, and we want it to be a little different than Simon and Garfunkel, right? And you guys know that when we do it in ukulele or harmonica, measure 13, we add 4 beats in there, and so you should do that as well. So I would say when you get to measure 13, remember me, one who lives there, and just let it go out for a little while, and then come back in. J1s, yeah, and I think when I originally wrote this and it was so low, I thought I should move this up, and for years I was going to move it up, never managed to get around to it, and now I think this is super cool. I think about how often you get to play this. So, all right, so I'm not going to ever change that. I think it's great, okay? And play it twice through. On the page 2, there somewhere on the internet I found this, and I don't know if it's even close to true, but at some point somebody put in a male and female composition where he's saying, hey, I'm going to be over to Scarborough Fair, tell that girl over there that I love her, and the female's like, well, if you bring me some stuff and you take care of the farm and you harvest this food and clean up around the place, then we'll talk. So if you ever had a chance to play with a group, it would be fun to have people doing the various voicings on them. You guys are into Santa Lucia. That's awesome. I love that song. I do. Yeah, and E minor on the guitar, exactly what Vic says. This is not an expensive guitar, but listen. I mean, that's the best chord, right? That's the best one. A minor is pretty good. That's not even A minor. This one. That's pretty pretty good, but it doesn't beat this one. Right? E's pretty good too. So yeah, there you go. All right, Scarborough Fair. I got 8 minutes. Let's see how many of these classic songs we can knock out. What do you think? All right, so let's go into. So anyway, if you're doing just the fingerstyle stuff, book 1, 2, and 3, you're done. You can skip on out of here. And then we're still working through replaying book 0, making sure I've got the paperwork at least marked to be cleaned up. Most of them I do have cleaned up. So let's go do that Arpeggio study number 1 from Brindle. 0. All right. Now, it's exactly what it says it is. You open it up and you're like, oh, perfectly clear. Now, here's a place where tablature clearly shows superiority over the standard notation. If you look at the standard notation, it's very clear you're dealing with an arpeggio. But in certain places, it gets pretty messy, right? You look at measures 8 and 9, and all of a sudden that sharp shows up in there, which is there for a reason. It's not unnecessary, but it really starts to make it look a lot harder than it is. When you look at the tablature, you're like, oh heck, this is nothing to this thing, okay? And you guys have done enough ukulele where this is no big deal, right? The big challenge with this one is convincing yourself that the tones are correct, okay? So from the top, not fast, and he writes connected. Put it all together, okay? Try to get a nice smooth tone. Don't lift anything up until you have to. Don't put anything down until you have to. 1, 2, not that fast. 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3, 3, 2, 3. Maybe not the world's greatest song, but what he's really after there is getting your PIM smooth, right? And so if you didn't do it smoothly, just go back through and check them. Whoa, oh, oh. Now, if you want better, way better practice on that, just go grab a ukulele, or you don't even need to grab a ukulele. You play it on your guitar and play some of my arpeggios out of the arpeggio book I wrote. The same exact skill set, right? We're just trying to get these 4 fingers loosened up where they work as a unit. Both, obviously, all the time we're working as a plucking unit, but then we want them to go 1, 2, 3, 4, nice and smoothly. In this case, just 1, 2, 3, thumb, index, middle, and that's what that's the entire purpose of that, is to get your right hand going smoothly. Now, gliding. The only reason we like this song, I like this song, the very last chord. That's for real, right? He wrote that. You have this nice, beautiful song, and you end up with that. So let's see how it goes. We're supposed to play it twice through, and we probably will. From the top, not fast. 1, 2, 3. a reason for playing that song. Plank. All right, so there's that. All right, gliding, and then let's knock out a simple dialogue, and we'll call it a night. Simple dialogue is actually worth playing a little bit, right? It's not awesome, but it's pretty good. All right, from the top, simple dialogue, and again, you're just playing your thumb, and then the melody, thumb, melody, thumb, melody. They're having a dialogue. That's what's going on here. From the top, 1, 2, maybe a little faster than that. 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. How about that for a way to wrap up the evening? So next week we've got a few more. Still got a few left out of book 1, I think, or I'm sorry, out of the classical book. Let me go take a peek. We have. We'll play Bagatelle and lesson 61, obviously, and then we will play. Let me see how many more we got left. We're getting pretty close to the end. Lesson 61. One, two, three, four. So we got 5 left in the book. So I don't know if we'll get them done next week or not, but we'll get pretty close. And then we will split after that. We'll start doing the songs out of book 1, and I haven't arranged very many of them yet, but I will. And then we will also each week have one book out of book 0, so that we can, if we got new people coming in, maybe they'll be interested, maybe not. But that way we kind of keep our other stuff going. So, guys, good to see you. I apologize for being such a mess the last few weeks. It has been not good around here, and so I hear more activity going on out in the hallway, so I better go see what's going on. I will see all y'all soon, and have a great weekend if I don't see you for ukulele on Friday. So have a good evening. Peace.